They're ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance. You can look at metrics. You can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off. And from there, it's anybody's game.
1st and 10 from the 41. Trying to throw here out of the gun. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Flushed out of the pocket. He takes it himself. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. On 3rd and short, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down after getting to the 47-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
To throw here on 1st down. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Throwing from the gun. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Going run again with McCaffrey. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D-line.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Has room down the left sideline. Hits the 20. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. That we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position, but to score points yourself, it's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby, and they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
Now we'll see them try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Moore with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Back out come the Cowboys for their 2nd drive. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They're looking at third and still 10 here. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Raiders get it back as he intercepts him for the second time this game.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. But you've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. In this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
And it doesn't take him long to get into a groove. Find that comfortable zone where everything is working for him, where the game slows down. And that's when he becomes most dangerous. Kate, he told us this week he wants to settle into that really early in the game. If that happens, well, it's bad news for this defense.
They'll come out throwing. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Cowboys will take the interception back across midfield before they finally track him down. Well, they had the advantage for a moment, Brock, but turns out that is all just that moment because they threw an interception to give the ball right back.
And for once, both coaches on both sidelines are preaching the same message. Take care of the ball. Not often you see back-to-back plays end in interceptions, and we're right back to where we were just a couple moments ago. He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Kobe Dean in on the tackle. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's third and less than a yard. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Allegiant. The Cowboys trailing on the scoreboard. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll throw it. Forced out to his right.
Oh boy, and this was doomed from the start. Left the pocket, search greener pastures. Things weren't much better on the other side.
The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And this will be his first effort of the contest. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Dump off caught by his back. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the 24. We've got a screen to the running back. Space past the 35. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Vegas first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Has it downfield, working left. Down to the 10. He does it. Touchdown. The Raiders will add to their lead at the end of the half. They're There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Cowboys are ready to go on offense a final time in this first half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. Throwing from the gun here. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Dropping back to throw. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. They drop him with a big hit. At least he's able to hold on for the gain, but boy, Brock, what a shot. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 31. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's a throw. Throwing for the end zone. And oh, he got it. Interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime report. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Johnson with a return here. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Vegas offense ready to start this 3rd quarter. And they really lean on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the 3rd. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. And the Cowboys take possession along the 32-yard line. And it doesn't matter who gets that ball to start the second half because he picks it off on the very first play.
I wonder at halftime, down there in that locker room on the whiteboard, if that defensive coaching staff just said simply, go get the ball. It's exactly what they do, and it totally changes the complexion of this second half.
Toward the sideline, and he's got more. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a short gain. They made it to single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 35 out of that one. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Throwing now on first down. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play. But defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Cut near the goal line. And in for the Dallas touchdown. Cam Little to try the extra points. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Johnson now on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They still have the lead, but that touchdown makes it a little close for comfort. So this drive a chance to get it back up to a 2-score game. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Another carry for him. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. He's dropping back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Raiders' ball, a chance at a win if they can hang on to this lead. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's good for a Raiders first.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on first. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Back to the well again. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Raiders leading by 7. Third and a lone yard coming up. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted! Greek Woolen with the INT. And the Cowboys have some new life in the fourth. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Searches from the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Cowboys 1st down. Setting up to pass. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Raiders make the play that should win them this game. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Out comes Las Vegas on offense. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Short pass brought in. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. All right, set now. 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Cut out left. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. The Mets got it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders double their lead to 14. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's more on the quick slant. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Throwing play now from the gun. That one's cut along the left sideline. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Pass play on 1st and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Raiders are stopped on the return on the final play of this game. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. See this in every sport, Brock. You come in as a big favorite. You want to make a statement, right? Get a convincing victory. And they were able to achieve that one here.
Yeah, especially at home. It just means a little bit more when you protect your own turf in any sport, but especially in the NFL, where you get, what, about 8 or 9 of these, maybe more if you get home playoff games. Playing this way, they set themselves up for future playoff opportunities.
So for our crew, my partner Brock Ewart and myself, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been Madden Ultimate Team. The Raiders winners as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.